Bada boom, realest one in the room, ain't that? Check me out on the Bootleg Kev podcast. Enzo.
Bootleg Kev podcast. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Bada boom, realest one in the room. How you doing?
How you doing?
Ain't that? My name is Enzo, formerly known as Enzo Amore, pro wrestler, make music. Check me out, rapper, real one. Follow me on IG and Twitter with real one, REAL number 1.
Well, it's good to see you, man. I gotta say that you guys were. I don't spend a lot. I do buy a lot of WWE merch, at least in my peak watching. But I bought like all of your guys' t-shirts.
Yo, you know what's funny?
Before you guys got called up.
So, before we got called up, that's love. So for those people who don't know, as a pro wrestler, I wrestled in the WWE with a tag partner, Big Cass.
Big Cass.
As you're saying, you guys, you know. So,
yeah.
So me and another guy named Cass, he's now W. Morrissey. Keep your eyes peeled for him on
just a 7-foot tall giant
TBS, TNT. I mean, maybe we'll see some more of him in the future, but he just did a spot on AEW. Big Cass, my former tag team partner, 7 foot tall, played basketball at NYU. Natural connection, me being from Hackensack, New Jersey, him being from
You
Queens.
played football, right?
Yeah, I played college ball.
Yeah.
It's funny. I didn't play an athlete on TV by any means, bro. As a pro wrestler, you know, you can hit the ropes, jump over the top, do the flips. That wasn't my gimmick. That wasn't my deal. I just talked that shit, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because I remember watching you guys in NXT, and I just remember being like, you guys got the craziest crowd pops, and then your mic work was like...
Yeah, you know, I owe it all to that crowd, bro, as you would say. You know, like, so what you're talking about is NXT is the farm system of the WWE at the time. At the time, they didn't have any shows that left, like, the state of Florida. So you were living in Tampa, and we were becoming, you know, a wrestling tag team, me and Big Cass.
Yeah.
On the indie kind of scene of WWE, like, just Florida. But then we left Florida, and then they did the Barclays Center.
Yeah, I was at Barclays.
Yo, so
that was SummerSlam 2015.
So we went from like literally we'd be wrestling in a little armoury on a Thursday night.
I have the SummerSlam T-shirt or the NXT Takeover T-shirt for that
shit,
night. Yeah.
Man, I didn't keep any of that shit, man. I should have kept a book. You know?
Guys wrestled that night. That was the night of it was Sasha,
we
Charlotte, and Bailey.
First.
Yeah,
we were
you
the
guys
first people to come through the curtain that weekend. And holy shit, what a homecoming.
Man, for sure.
I had the Yankee pinstripes on.
I remember that.
My man, shout out my boy Spiff TV, had me dripping.
Yo, you always had the crazy fits, though.
Oh, he had, you know, like, this is a gift from Spiff, man. Shout out my man Spiff. Like, these...
Spiff's a big wrestling fan as well.
This is real. So, you know,
Florida legend.
Wrestling, man, I owe a lot to it. It was a great opportunity, but for me, it was a runway too. You know, I was known for the sneakers and the swag and the clothes, and like that Barclays. I had that Michelin S Yankees with that New York City skyline by my seamstress put in leopard with Biggie, the picture of him in the Coogee counting the money I put a fucking Statue of Liberty crown on him, and I wrote, "It was all a dream." Like, I was swagged the fuck out. Nobody else was wearing the J's at the time.
You
and
were
doing
rocking
that.
Jordans, yeah.
But I saw it as a runway, like pro wrestling. Like, yo, this is like a great opportunity to like be seen. So what, you want to walk out there in underwear? I mean, all credit to motherfucking Dwayne Johnson and Steve Austin, fucking Hulk Hogan. They did it, dog. But I was fighting an uphill battle. I'm not.
You're a
guy,
smaller
you know?
guy, and I feel like you kind of like made everybody kind of elevate their mic work. Because like when you guys, I felt like you were the most entertaining. Like it was like you and Paul Heyman.
There ain't never been nothing like me, and there never will be. No, it hasn't happened yet.
Some of your promos you would cut were just fucking.
There ain't no comparisons you could draw, because I had this great blessing of Dusty Rhodes in my corner that allowed me to write my own shit, whereas most people didn't have that opportunity. Now, who the fuck right now in the situation is going to tell Vince McMahon, let him say what he wants? You know, I had Dusty Rhodes in NXT go to Vince like, this kid is money.
Got it.
Let him do his shit. And now all of a sudden I'm writing my own shit and saying my own shit, and Cena co-signs me early. So now Cena's in your corner and he wants you to say your own shit. See, when you're in a room with other wrestlers and a producer and a writer, and you guys are green and you're new in the business, like, you don't have a say in, like, you know. And for one, imagine this, all right? We go out on TV. There's 7 minutes blocked out for our segment, all right? You got 7 minutes curtain to curtain, from the time you go through the curtain to the time you get your beauty shot at the top of the ramp of the victor. Right. Now, within that 7 minutes, you're going to a commercial break that'll be 2 minutes.
So you have 5.
So now you have 5. But it's right smack dab in the middle. But you got to still entertain the crowd when the cameras aren't rolling for. So now it's a live audience you're working for too. but you're really catering to the millions on TV, right? But if you're Enzo and you come out talking shit and you got opponents in the ring, and we've only got 5 minutes, and I'm in a match with 4 people, not 2. I got Big Cass, my tag partner, and I got another 2 guys. So you mean to tell me I'm going to talk shit about you for 3 minutes, and then I'm going to do wrestling moves to you for 2 minutes? What the fuck are you going to do? What are you going to do? So my job was real easy and real simple. I'm going to talk, and that's it. I'm not allowed to do wrestling moves because we don't have fucking time for it, bro. Right. You know, I got to make the heels look like they're beating my ass. If I don't beat somebody, who the fuck did I just beat? You didn't beat nobody. What the fuck? If you're just talking shit about them and they ain't credible enough.
And then you get the high climatic tag, Big Cass comes in.
Oh, that was the recipe, man. So it's like probably the easiest job. I go out, I'm like, fucking bada boom, how you doing? Somebody hits me from behind, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm in the corner and I'm getting beat up.
And then you were like,
Cass hasn't even gotten in the ring, you know? The simplest recipe ever.
Yeah.
Open every NXT show around the world. Open every WWE show around the world. This works. Big guys in the corner. We can't get him in. Enzo says you're soft. They spell it out. Soft. Enzo gets hit. I'm just getting beat up, bro. So I never had to show that I was an athlete. I never had to wrestle. All I had to really do was tag in the big guy. And I had to learn how to take an entertaining ass kicking and draw empathy from people and make them want to. So that was really my forte, I think, was selling in wrestling, what we call selling.
And that is that is a serious talent.
I mean, I think it's probably the most important one. And if
you know who's really good at getting their ass kicked is Dolph Ziggler. I feel like he's been getting
he's
just
known for that. But you know what they say is like he pigeonholed. Now they say he pigeonholed himself. Like he's just known as the guy
he's kind
who's
of like
get his ass whipped.
He's like the greatest jobber ever.
Yeah, man. I mean, he's a world champion, bro.
No, but
to your point, he got there because he took a great ass kicking, and we just as the people, as fans, wanted to see him do it. And I wasn't even in the company at that time. I heard that pop when he won the title. When Dolph Ziggler won it at in New Jersey was the night after Mania. Was insane.
When he had Big E behind him and AJ, I thought that was the best. That was probably prior.
Game, man. I don't fucking know.
That was prior to that was like 2013, 12.
I was a part of a hell of a wrestling revival and renaissance because at a time where there was only the WWE, NXT gave you an alternative product.
I feel like you were part of peak NXT, which I think
it'll never get better. I mean, you had Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, right? Charlotte, Sasha, Becky,
Bayley,
Alexa Bliss, FTR, but Buddy,
Kevin Owens,
Blake, and Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, and Adrian Neville, and
it was wild.
Yeah,
Andrade. It was to me. It was
Kenta, it was fucking
I think
nuts.
at that time it was better than.
And that's what I mean. People got to realize, like, they want to sit here and point the finger, like, oh, this guy can't wrestle, this guy can't do this. Like, dog, you got 8 matches on a card. All right, you got your heavyweight title match, you got your Intercontinental title match. You got your tag team title match. You got your women's title match. Then you got a Royal Rumble hodgepodge with a bunch of people because if somebody gets hurt on one of those shows, you need to fill it with somebody, right? So maybe you got like a 16-man tag.
Right.
And that payday ain't going to be as good as the main event guy.
Right.
The guy who's in the main event versus the guy who's in the Rumble with 20, 30 other people. Man, me and Cass, without titles, had our own match on the WWE card, whether it was NXT or the WWE. That was crazy to me. It was like, bro, there's only 8 spots, and 4 of them are for titles. But Enzo and Cass are so beloved that they don't need a title for their match. You're still going to go nuts when they come out. It doesn't have to be for anything. And me and Cass didn't have to overcomplicate it. It wasn't like kickouts and guys, It was like, no, I talk shit, I get beat up, I tag Cass, he cleans house, everybody's happy. And
so I'm going to ask you this. So,
fun job. Fun factor all the way through the roof.
It felt like it went from like because
where are these energy drinks coming from? Who's got one of these fucking guys?
This thing's fire.
You got one of them? Nobody got one of them?
Just got one from the liquor store. These are good. No, but it felt like it was crazy just because it felt like you guys were like the fan favorite in NXT. I forget which pay-per-view or when you guys got called up, but I remember watching it on TV when you guys like made your it might have been Raw or your big debut.
Yeah, Raw was the night after WrestleMania in Dallas in 2016.
I remember watching
that was when we debuted, but we had been held in NXT a lot longer than everyone else.
Yeah, because I think everybody was like, what the fuck?
When are Enzo and Cass coming up? Man, Hunter wasn't about to give us up, dog.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Enzo and Cass was his drug.
Yeah.
He wasn't about to send us up to fucking. He's like, hey, brother, we're just starting to fill these houses out. You ain't taking Enzo, Cass, Finn Balor, Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, Sasha, Charlotte, and Becky all at motherfucking once. At least keep me Enzo and Cass.
Yeah.
And we became the victim of that. Fucking keeping us down in NXT waiting. But timing is everything. It couldn't have worked out better. The crowd was hungry. By the time we debuted, NXT was such a hot show. People knew who we were.
What was it about what you were doing that caught John Cena's attention, you think?
Dog, the first day that I debuted in NXT, I had just gotten my name. I hadn't even gotten a name. I hadn't had any matches. I had made a YouTube video that went viral, got signed by the WWE, had never had a wrestling match in my life, but had killed it every week in promo class since the day I showed up. And now Dusty Rhodes is all about it, and the other coaches want to get me shit canned and fired. And the head coach at the time was really rough on me, and I didn't understand. I didn't understand wrestling. I didn't understand, like, getting heat. Like, what the fuck is heat? Like, what? You're a man? You're going to go talk about me behind my fucking back?
That backstage
like, bro,
bullshit.
Like,
yeah.
I'm a fucking dude. Like, I come from Jersey.
Yeah.
If you talk shit in my neighborhood about another dude, we're going to call him on the phone and tell him right now. Or go tell it to his face.
Right.
What are you, a fucking bitch?
It's this weird.
We don't talk shit.
It's this weird wrestling culture,
the first
right?
few times I'm in a fucking car with a few guys hearing them talk shit about other people, I spoke up. It was kind of like, hey, bro, why don't you go fucking say that shit to him? And they quickly kind of realized, like, oh, Enzo ain't with the shits. And I think I got ixnayed from the weird sex world and the secret world and the burial talking shit world.
There was a weird sex world.
I'm sure there's a sexcapade going on in backstage, all right? And I know I've heard things and blah, blah, blah. But, bro,
We've seen videos.
Dude, I've never got tied into any of that shit because I feel like the outsider of pro wrestling that came in. But then I got lucky because the likes of Finn Balor, who were in New Japan at the time, are watching NXT. And they're popping for Enzo and Cass, right? But they're just asking people who they know who are in wrestling, like, yo, what's Enzo and Cass like? Like, where did they come from? Were they wrestlers? And everybody's like, no, Enzo and Cass, they never wrestled before, really. Cass had a few matches and went to wrestling school with Johnny Rods in Brooklyn, so he definitely was trying to do it. But this shit just kind of fell in my lap.
Wow.
And I just kind of walked in unknowingly, just being me, and that shit worked for me. But I can't give that advice to other people. I wouldn't tell. I would not advise
not everybody
you.
has your talent on the mic.
You, bro. I'll fucking sell a ketchup popsicle to a bitch in white gloves. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking out here, dog. Like, fucking, well, pushing the sale forward. Always closing. Look under your fucking seats right now, all right? You know what I mean? I'm fucking in here. Give me the microphone.
Hey,
so that was my thing.
Yeah.
And it was initially with Cass. Yo, that shit was real. I would take Cass out to nightclubs, and I would go to the guy at the door, and I'd be like, yo, the Yankees are in town. He's a pitcher on the fucking Yankees bullpen. He's fucking getting up and coming. Bro, we got to get in there and get bottles. Next thing you know, we're in the nightclub. Cass just doesn't realize he's 7 foot tall with long fucking hair. And looks like
it's Randy Johnson's son.
Dude, he looks like he plays for the Orlando Magic. Now he's a Magic player this week. You know, it's whoever's on the road that week. Look it up, bro. We're in town. So I was getting Cass into nightclub, and then that just became the gimmick in wrestling. So to me, I never really look at, bro, when I first got signed to wrestling, I did not know what I was in for at motherfucking all. I was like, oh yeah, I called my friends. I'm like, yo, WrestleMania's in New Jersey next year, dude. I'll definitely fucking be there. You kidding me? I'll probably be in the main event, fighting for a fucking title. You know what I mean? No fucking problem. Being so naive worked to my advantage.
Wow.
Like, dude, do you have any idea how hard it is to get in there and get going and get on TV, get the crowd to like you, and then, you know, get matches on these cards and get on like, people are trying all over the world to do this thing. And this fucking opportunity just falls in my lap. And I'm like, I got this shit. No problem. So the first day John Cena saw me was my first match. I was on TV versus Mason Ryan as a job guy. I was going to put him over. I was like, yo, I got a bar story. I'm going to go home to the bar. Yo, pull up that wrestling match I had, dude. Fucking pull that shit up, bro. Wait till you see it. Oh, hell yeah, he got me one. So I was like, yo, fucking, you know, I didn't think it was. I was like, yo, I did it, though. Like, I did it. I got a match in the WWE. So they give me the name Enzo Amore, which I had pitched for Hell and High Water for. That was the name I wanted because my initials are EA. So I was just pitching names, Esteban Apples, anything with a fucking EA. I was like, just give me EA. They gave me Enzo Amore. That's what I want. Because that meant I'm a big weed guy, right? That meant one love to me. I don't know much about, you know, I ain't no fucking bilingual motherfucker, but I'm speaking one language, motherfucking money. So anyway, Enzo Amore, one love, right? First head of the house, Enzo in Italian. John Cena is at the arena to keep the house. When we're in NXT, you can't keep people there. You got 4 episodes being filmed of TV. You're going to see the same people more than once or twice, and they're going to play out storylines that are going on television
in one night.
So you're getting like 4 or 5, 6 hours of tapings, and they're taking all the rings off. You'll never forget, bro, when I was young in this shit. You go out there at first, and they have like 12 ring canvases on because, you know, somebody gets bloody, somebody sweats.
Yeah.
They just take the canvases off. So if you're the guy in the first match, we would all be back there waiting to hear the first big bump because, dude, you're just slamming down on the hardest. Dude, like 9 fucking ring canvases. You know what I mean? They haven't taken them out yet. By the time you're in the main event, there's 1 or 2 canvases there. So it's an easier bump.
Yeah.
But that first thud, dog, that first thud was for real. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, just pop it on the...
You guys fucking, you know what I'm saying? You guys got a budget around here or fucking what, dude? A little fucking super glue, maybe?
Right on. It slides right on.
So fucking...
So Cena was there to keep everyone there. Because, hey, Cena's going to be here. So everyone's like, we got to stay for Cena.
Yeah, but they don't tell you that.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, John Cena's going to be on the show. And you're sitting there for 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. Like, when the fuck is he coming out? Clearly when the show's over.
Yeah.
So John Cena sees me go to the ring, and he's like, he hears all the boys stand up in the back and clap. So all the guys in the locker room are clapping because I'm debuting, and they know that I'm the best on the mic, and I'm not getting an opportunity. I have never had a match, and I'm debuting, and the coach wants me fired and dead. So they're like, outlaw shit. They all stand up and clap for me, right? And then that catches John Cena's attention. He's like, who the fuck? Why are you guys all clapping for this motherfucker? And Tyler Breeze just happened to be the guy who was standing there that he asked. And Tyler Breeze was put us over, to his credit. Thank you, Tyler. Tyler Breeze was like, yo, these guys talking about me and Cass. He's like, Cass wasn't there. I was debuting. Cass had not done any NXT yet. Mm-hmm. They were saving him for whatever, to fire him or to put him on. Who the fuck knows? Yeah. I'm going out there to get killed. But when I went out there, I cut my shtick and I said, bada boom, realest guy in the room. You don't, right? And fucking John Cena stood up and said it back. Like, bada boom, realest guy in the room. I don't know this is going on, dude. I walk from the back. I'm like, oh, God, it's all over. I'm getting fired. I feel like a fucking loser. I just let that guy beat my ass. Fucking, this shit's fucking for gazies, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm shitting on it. I'm so mad at myself. I'm like, I just lost. Like, I just look like a loser. Mm-hmm. I'm getting fired. Whatever. I did it, right? And the fucking kid comes running up to me. This kid, Rob Naylor, who worked backstage as a producer. And he's like, John Cena wants to see you. So John Cena asked me to get in the ring with him, not knowing. I'm so green, I don't realize I booked my own shit. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy's my tag team partner. Bro, me and Cass were just doing tag team promos for Dusty Rhodes for like 2-3 weeks. Dusty liked it. But we weren't by no means a tag team. But now I just tell John Cena he's my tag team partner. He goes, get in your shit and meet me backstage. And we're going out on the mics. I'm like, what the fuck? Cass is bugging out. We walked back there. Triple H looked at us like, what the fuck are you doing here? And John Cena's like, oh, have them come out with me in the dark segment. Now he just went over Triple H's like and booked this shit. And I don't know what plans they had for Cass. You know what I'm saying? So now all of a sudden I'm out there with Cass. Well, we're intellectual savior of the masses is Damian Sandow.
I loved Sandow.
Sandow's awesome. So Sandow's cutting promos with Cena, and he's supposed to be smart, right? Intellectual savior of the masses is what they call him. So that was why I said he's 7 foot tall and you can't teach that. Because, you know, like, he's a smart guy,
can't
right?
Teach
and
that.
then I said, how many dimples are on a golf ball? You know how many dimples are on a golf ball? There are exactly 168 dimples on a golf ball. You know how many dimples are on my hind end? 0. You want to know why? Because I'm hard body. You know what you are? You're SAWFT, Shuft. And fucking John Cena was like, what the fuck did you just call him? And I was like, Shuft? And they just, the crowd repeated it. Now the next time me and Cass are on a show, I'm taking people's jackets. I got a staff shirt on. I'm not booked. I don't get booked again. We go to the TV taping, the next one. Ryback's there in the dark segment because he's feuding with John Cena.
Right.
So his gimmick is feed me more. Me and Cass got summoned 5 minutes before we had to go through the curtain. We're sitting backstage and they're just going, Shuff.
The crowd?
The crowd. So they just call fucking 5 minutes. They're like, you're going out with Ryback in 5 minutes. We're like, what? So me and Cass went out there and we had to think of things to say. His gimmick was feed me more. Feed me more. So we were like, you ladies are into meatheads. You got a real cheap date in the ring right now. All you got to do is take them to the local Golden Corral. You guys know what we're going to have, Cass. Cass just rattled everything off on a fucking menu. And I went, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? And now the crowd's saying, how you doing? So, bro, the first 2 times we went out there, we did soft and how you doing, and we haven't even been on TV yet.
Shit.
So if you're at home in the UK or you're watching NXT, we come out for the first time and you watch that Orlando crowd, they go nuts, but you don't know. You're like, who the
Then you've been building that crowd.
Why the fuck? But we built that crowd in the dark, and then by that time, that was our crowd, and they just did whatever fuck Enzo and Cass wanted to do with us. And I mean, anything, like, we could have farted in the microphone, and they would have been like, yes, that was fucking brilliant. It was unreal. So we just got so lucky. Timing.
So Cena had so much. I mean,
and that's my fucking wrestling story. That's where it ends, dog. So I never figured out what the fuck I was doing after that.
Bootleg Kev podcast. Got to stop things real quick. Tell you about our good folks at Blue Chew. Listen, fellas, if you're trying to get your dick right, you're trying to stay harder. Everyone wants to be hard. Can you stay hard? You know what I mean? If you need some help with your dick, is essentially what I'm trying to say. You need to go to bluechew.com and get down with something that I feel like is imperative in having yourself a lovely evening with a lovely young lady or male, whatever you're into. If you go to bluechew.com, you will get a Blue Chew. It has the same active ingredient as Cialis and as Viagra, right? But guess what it doesn't have? The awkward doctor visits. That's right. You don't got to wait in line at some lobby to go get you some fucking shit to get your dick working and have some awkward conversation with a nurse and then have an awkward conversation with a doctor and then he writes you a prescription and then you go to the pharmacist and then it's awkward because you pass them the prescription and everyone knows you're picking up dick stuff. You know what I'm saying? No. Blue Chew, you go to the website. It's all online. It gets sent straight to your house in discreet packaging in a chewable form. Listen, your first month free right now when you go to bluechew.com and you use the promo code Bootleg. That's right. You get the first month for free. BlueChew.com, promo code Bootleg. Thank me later. All right. Go get your dick together, fellas. Interesting to me is you obviously because you guys went to the
I was a rapper from New Jersey working on moving trucks. And I got that phone call from Triple H to go have a tryout. Bro. Fucking what?
And this was off of, and your buzz was off of YouTube.
Off of Barstool Sports, put up a few videos of me talking shit. Triple H was training with a strength coach, my strength coach from college football, and I knew him. So my strength coach showed him this video, and then he said he trains at my gym. And then Triple H called me on the phone. I'll never forget. I was sitting outside of a Blimpie restaurant. I was like,
good subs.
They fucking shut that thing down. I'll tell you what, the pandemic.
I think Blimpie's a wrap,
pandemic did a motherfucking number on some good places, man. Yeah, it's so whack.
Blimpies, what's the other?
There's still some Blimpies. You ever seen a standalone? You ever see a fucking Blimpie standalone? I'm talking about it just a standalone Blimpie.
That sounds like some East Coast shit.
No, there's one in Atlanta by DDP's house, bro. No, every time I go to DDP's, go fucking touch my toes, do some yoga with his ass.
You do the DDP yoga.
DDPY, man. DDPY, don't call it yoga, motherfuckers.
DDPY.
Yeah, DDPY. That's what he calls it. This ain't your mommy's yoga. Look, this ain't no spokesperson here for fucking DDPY, bro. I can barely touch my toes as it is.
But talk about your relationship with Dusty Rhodes, man.
Oh, bro. I mean, there ain't really a relationship. I mean, it's kind of like you see him and there's a mystique and he's just floating on air and he walks by and he's just Dusty fucking Rhodes. So imagine you got this WWE Performance Center. It's got 7 rings in it. Even before that, in the Florida Championship Wrestling, I was
FCW,
I was there for a year. And that year that I had there is what prepared me because NXT became a whole different animal. You know, it is a
because FCW was in the Tampa area, right?
Yeah,
was it off Gandy?
Bro, there was no cameras, dog.
Yeah,
shit went down.
That's where like Seth Rollins was at. That's where
shit went down. Yeah. People got belittled. People got shit on. People got beat up, and that's the way shit's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
I didn't complain. I was happy to be there.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of me. You guys are gonna make me rich,
right?
You know, I don't give a fuck. So I mean, too many people complain. Political correct world. They had to change the things up. They put the 7 rings. They built this huge performance center, and that was unbelievable. And that was I was the first people in there, among the first crew.
Wow.
So that's timing's everything. You know, to be a part of the NXT when they get all these great wrestlers from around the world. You know, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, like that's crazy. I just happened to be in there, and like timing is everything. I just got lucky. So I feel like anybody who grew up in my fucking town would have fucking made it. Like, just give him a fucking microphone.
give him a mic.
Send him the fuck. If you weren't funny in my neighborhood, you didn't fucking last. You couldn't hang out.
Right.
You got shitted on.
That's crazy.
You know, you just had to be a funny motherfucker growing up.
Hey, you spoke of the wild sexcapades. Now, we did see a leaked video. Shout out to Paige, who's a real one. Xavier Woods was in it. There's a few people in that video.
I'm not commenting on this. Move along.
I was going to say, was it a very like... bro,
I have no idea. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I was the outsider.
So I was going to ask, is everyone just fucking each other?
Look at, dude, I guess that maybe like my gaydar said like, hey, like this guy ain't with the shits. Like he's not going to, you know. And I feel like, I don't know. There's just like, there's probably a weird sex world. Just like there's, dude, do you ever see porno? You go on any site.
Yeah.
There's a new bitch every day, brand new. Where are these people coming from? This is an alternate planet.
Florida.
They're going. This is Florida.
They're coming from Florida.
I don't doubt it. It's America's basement.
Yeah.
It's a fucking good place.
gotta
Bad
come from
odor.
Florida.
You know what I mean?
Just it's like its own little country. There's middle Florida. There's
But I'm just saying, there's more people doing this than you could ever imagine. So imagine it infiltrates probably every workplace.
That's
just
fair.
like wrestling. So I'm just saying, I didn't reek of that odor that said like he's going to get in there and fucking give it hell, and we're going to put on a show. I'm a performer, but in the ring, not in, you know, for the eyes in the cameras.
Right. What do you think went wrong for you guys? Like, what do you think? Like
Enzo and Cass?
Yeah.
I mean, bro, what do you mean? Who had a better time than Enzo and Cass? Bro, don't hate on me for living my life. People want to also, what happened to me? What went wrong? Motherfucking, you know, some fucking lying ass hoe out in Phoenix. But outside
I remember that. And I'm from Phoenix.
Yo, man, I love Arizona. Sedona's hot. I love it over there, but I love Arizona.
I totally forgot about that. It was a chick in Phoenix.
Man, I was big.
And you were like, you were popping up in my homies' clubs and shit at that time. You were going to like Lux.
Bro, I was out here,
Yeah.
bro. When I was in the WWE and I had the cruiserweight title, and I was living in LA, you'd see me with the title in the nightclub with the weekend.
I was going to say you were very active in LA for a while.
2 years. My whole time I was in the WWE on TV.
Yeah, you were
that's what I mean. I live with my best friends from high school in a house in the hills, like Entourage, with an infinity pool and a fucking bulldog that passed away. God rest Frankie, man. Fucking love you, buddy. But I owe him a lot. He's a little angel.
I just remember following you, being like, yo, this guy's
go to heaven.
This guy's fucking outside.
Outside. So I lived it, right? And man, if you're outside, you're gonna have a target on your back. You know, look, you know, that's what happens. I'm sorry. And I just had to look at my situation and say, like, dog, I don't owe anybody an apology. I'm not apologizing. I lived your dream, motherfucker. Are you fucking kidding?
Of course.
I lived your dream. You wish that you could fight for a title in Madison Square Garden, win a title in the WWE, get fired with the title around your waist, and get to put your friends on in a house in the hill and go fucking put your little brother on. My brother's the biggest music video maker out there right now. He's working with Cole Bennett. He's his DP. Fucking my brother shot.
Who's your brother?
Post Malone's Motley Crue. Shout out my brother. He's killing it, man. He's out there. He's up there with the the greats right now.
I might know him.
BA Cinema.
Okay.
Brett Arndt.
Okay.
My little Brett the Hitman Arndt.
I would always see with the what was that kid's name? Tyler, who had the clothing line.
You would see him because he came to all the wrestling shows.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that kid is a super fan who gets in the front row of all these shows, and he owns a clothing line. And that was awesome to have a friend that had these clothes, though, at that time. Because, bro, everybody thinks, like, yo, I'm spending all my money on Gucci and shit. Like, at that time, I was getting a lot of outfits on TV from homie.
Wow.
Like, just lacing me in the spiff. Like, yo, spiff, let me borrow, like, you know, I would walk out to the ring with $100K on my neck. Because it was spiffs, and I had friends in the game, in the industry, and I was just, you know, using those exploits to play a character. I wasn't actually that motherfucker. I'm not that stupid. I mean, you know, I fucking, you know, I got some red bottom sign. You know, I'm not that, and I'm fucking blowing all my load on
the fucking clothes.
But hey, the way I saw it was, man, no, I had the flyest ring gear, right? I invested a lot in my ring gear, but those were investments. And I, you know, by buying sneakers and wearing a new pair every single week, eventually Champ Sports DMs me. We start up that WWE relationship that's still there today. I literally got my own Jordan. Michael Jordan made me J's.
That's so crazy.
It's crazy. I have two pairs. I've only wore one, which is nuts. But Reggie gave them to me. Michael's right-hand man. I met Marcus backstage.
His son, who's in Orlando, trophy room.
Got the trophy room.
Yeah.
So, like, I got to know all these people through pro wrestling. And I was able to launch a new opportunity for myself into music which now is happening. So
How
it's
is the
fucking
music
crazy.
thing? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. I heard this when you first got let go and you were putting out music videos. I was not crazy about the music. I was not crazy about it.
Phoenix?
No
The video for Phoenix?
I just
Is that what
mean
you're talking about?
the
album.
the shit that you were putting out
Bro,
on
you
World
wanna hear
Star.
something
You were putting out videos
I
on.
put out 2 videos on World Star.
Yeah, those. I remember hearing them be like,
videos.
you might want to stick to wrestling.
All right, fuck it. But hey, play some rap, man.
But I'm just
Play
curious.
Some rap. I
I'm
got
just
some
curious
bars right now. Don't call me out, bro. I never let anybody down on a microphone, right? So people don't want to give me a chance because I have the stigma of a pro wrestler. Chris Jericho, when he started out in rock music, Fozzy started out in rock music, got laughed off stages.
And now he's got gold records.
58 million fucking views on Judas. He's got a #1 record on Billboard.
Yeah, he's got
so
plaques.
if you think that I'm not going to stick to this thing, you don't know Eric. You don't know Real One.
Right.
You don't know me. I don't give up. Motherfucker, you think I got to the top of the W? You have any idea how much harder it is to have a fucking cruiserweight title main event in fucking Madison Square Garden? Bro,
100%.
what the fuck are we talking about? So you think that I'm not going to pop off with my music?
I didn't say that.
I will blow your mind.
Well, I'm curious at this.
I ain't scared, motherfucker.
I'm curious,
What are you
like-
gonna do? You a dirty bitch. You gonna fucking talk back? I don't fucking think so. You're my bitch. See this microphone? It's my bitch.
There it is. I was gonna say, nowadays, are you doing indie shows?
Oh, bro, I hop out there here and there, man. I
I've
love
seen-
it.
And then you'll do conventions
Tell
and
you
stuff?
what, dude. When I needed money, bro, you couldn't pay me to wrestle. You couldn't. It's an ego thing, right?
You were just like, I
done.
did it at the highest level.
I'm
Fuck
done,
this,
man.
I'm out.
I'm done. But I got it. I got a good life now, and I make money outside of pro wrestling, and I have a business, and I do okay. And when you look at the bank account and you don't need the money to get in the ring, then it doesn't become about you.
Right.
And it becomes about the opponent.
Right.
And the young kid that I'm wrestling.
Right.
And me helping him along and furthering his career. It means nothing for me to fucking win a match. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Right.
Right? But this kid, for instance, I just did Major League Wrestling, MLW.
Yeah.
I had the exact same match as Razor Ramon and 1-2-3 Kid after Scott Hall passed away.
Wow.
I had the exact same match. Watch it back, mirror them. It's the exact match.
That's crazy.
I did everything that they did, just to verbatim. So 1-2-3 Kid, moonsault, 1-2-3, heard around the world. I put this little kid over, right? This kid Casey. Why? Because it does a lot more for him beating me than it does for me beating him. I don't give a fuck. We can tell stories. We can figure this out. Like, and that was my thing. Like, I think that there's definitely been a connotation about me that maybe is out there, or a perception in pro wrestling that, like, you know, I don't do good business or something. Like, are we fucking kidding? I spent my whole career losing. I had no problem losing, and it never was real to me in that regard. Like, dude, write the script. You know, some people get butthurt, play the game of politics, and try to, you know, win or lose. You know, it means something to them. Like, man, they told me I was losing. I was like, how we losing? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Hey, pause for a piss. I just drank a whole water.
No,
Piss pause.
this is the pisser right here.
Isn't that your fire?
This is fire.
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 Yeah. Good. No sugar.
It doesn't? It tastes just like a fucking warhead, man.
There's something in there.
Yeah, that thing tastes just like a fucking warhead. That's lit. Yeah, we got some. I got some new music out now, so that's what I'll get to telling him. It's funny, right? When I got fired, I had been in the studio since 2012, so I dropped music that I had from 2013 and 14. So imagine my voice doesn't sound anything like that now, but I have all these records that I own that I cut, and I was like, "What am I? Who am I? If I didn't invest my money in this shit for me to." So I put it out without any listening sessions or anything. You know, it's like, here, world. So
We're back after the piss.
So here's how it goes in the music, motherfucker. I was a rapper before I was a wrestler.
So you were rapping
They
first.
found me. They found me. I was a rapper talking shit. And Triple H said to me when I got signed, do you want to be a rapper or do you want to be a wrestler? I said, I want to be a wrestler. He said, I don't want to hear about this rap shit again. So I'm in the WWE. I'm under contract, and I know that everything I do is owned by them. So I meet Spiff. I get in the studio. I get some of the best beats and Grammy award-winning producers, libraries. I have beat libraries from Spiff back in the day that I hear on Kanye albums, that I hear on Travis Scott albums.
Wow.
And I was just practicing over these beats.
Right. While you were wrestling.
While I was wrestling. So I was just in the studio trying to get better, trying to work on this craft. And you got to be focused. You got to treat the same, like if you want to be a rapper, Eric, you got to go treat it the same way you treated wrestling. This is no fucking half-ass shit. You got to go full tilt. And I was just toying with the music, trying to get myself prepared for a life outside of the WWE, which I was well on my way to. I mean, if you watched where I was at, you know, I didn't plan on re-signing.
Oh, you didn't plan on sticking around?
My body was fucking broken. I never missed dates. I got booked every weekend. You know how hard it is to get booked every week in the WWE?
For people who don't realize, like, how many dates a year is that? Because people don't understand it's not just SmackDown and Raw. There's dark shows in smaller markets that aren't on TV.
It's probably about 100 to 200 matches a year.
And you're
pro wrestling,
taking
like
bumps, you're getting thrown away.
Not including all the travel and all the other shit that you're doing.
Just a real crazy lifestyle, man.
It's insanity. So it's not sustainable. There are the freaks that get it done.
Like who?
Legends. Chris Jericho. Like what?
Yeah.
Dude, he's cut from a different cloth.
Or like even
that can't be broken.
Well, even thinking like peak John Cena. Like John Cena was everywhere.
John Cena still to this day. Like he didn't
just the schedule. I just think about like 2010 John Cena's schedule.
That's how Dwayne Johnson flipped his shit, man. He took a fucking note out of Vince McMahon's playbook. Like, hey, bro, first guy to show up, last guy to leave. Wake up at 4 a.m. Fucking don't take no for an answer. It's like, yeah, there it is. Like, work harder than everyone.
It's just,
work
man, that
harder
schedule's
than everyone.
Insane.
But that's the thing, right? Vince would never ask you to do something he wouldn't do.
That's what I tell my people.
So that's it, right? So, you know, I got it. I looked at him. I admired Vince the whole time I was there. I wanted to be that guy.
So it seems like you, I mean, obviously.
But the music, this is where I'm at.
I was going to say with the
music.
music.
What happened was I had all this music I had been making. When I released that project, that's music from 2013, 2014 that I'm releasing in 2018. That is not who I sound like now. But because I had invested this money, owned these beats, and had this shit laid out, had to put it out. Didn't question it. Are there records out there that I'm not proud of? No, I'm proud of every one of them because I had the balls to release it and I didn't give a fuck what anybody had to say. That's where you win. Don't give a fuck. Say what you want. Why don't you print out those lyrics? You don't like the way I sound? You don't like the way I rap? Print out my lyrics and you'll see that I am a fucking writer.
Well,
and
you're
I'm the same guy who wrote
Soft.
I'm the same guy who wrote every promo. So like, if you don't believe in me, great. Like,
has a guy like West Side Gun or tried to give you any pointers? Because he's a huge wrestling
Man, I don't
fanatic.
think anybody fucking listens to anybody else's music, bro. Like, does
Like,
anybody? You're in here talking to rappers all day.
I'm just assuming.
Even know other rappers anymore?
Yeah, I'm assuming that there's like that built-in like the Smoke Dizzes and the Wales. I got Smoke Dizza
on my track, Virgil. Me and Smoke Dizza did a track called Virgil. And the song's hot, and Smoke heard it, and he asked me to get on it.
Oh wow!
So like that's what I mean, man. I'm a different sound than that first album. That album ain't what I bring to the table. You know what I mean? Like I'm
You're
versatile.
still getting better.
Don't put me in the box, bro. Like fucking unless it's a casket match.
Is it very hard to break the stigma when people first just kind of like?
I'm still trying to break it now, and it's going to be a while, but I ain't scared. Like, yo, if you don't listen to my music, I bet you fucking will.
Eventually.
That's how it goes. Yeah. Look, man, I'm fighting an uphill battle. I was looked at as a pro wrestler. People only see me as Enzo Amore too. They don't like. I could have went and played, a gothic guy that fucking stabbed you. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Like that. That's who you play on TV.
Yeah, this is your character.
So, like, yeah, there's an ounce of Enzo and Eric. You know what I mean? Or a couple ounces, maybe a couple fucking, short of a fucking quap. But I'm in there.
It seems like, with that incident, the false allegations really kind of changed your life.
For sure, man. But silver lining, right? I just said to you, my little brother, he shot Motley Crue's Post Malone, right? He shot fucking Justin Bieber's most recent video. He's done everyone, my bro. He shot his first music video. It was Phoenix.
Wow.
My music video got fucking like 3.8 million views. And that's my first ever fucking song. Not to mention the millions of streams it did for me.
And that was his first video.
That was his first video. It put him on, man. What is opportunity if you don't provide it to others around you?
Especially your family.
And I came from, a small town. My dad was a DJ. All right. I got handed a microphone by the time I was 13.
Like a club
Bar
DJ,
mitzvahs,
radio DJ?
Bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs,
weddings.
clubs, corporate events, anything that paid.
Mobile DJ.
Motherfucking mobile DJ.
Yeah.
That's my dad.
Good gig, man.
My dad did that. My brother picked up the camera and started filming the weddings and shit. Next thing you know, I'm out there doing the Macarena and the cha-cha slide with the kids and shit. I already had this naturally in me because this is the food on my dad's table. We don't eat if we don't get return business. So you better take all the stickers off the sunglasses when you give them out during the Blues Brothers song. You better fucking put the lays on the women and make sure they don't have the tags on them. Okay? Like, we're doing a gentleman's choice dance. Take the fucking, shit off the rose. It was like that. I had to be nice to the kids, right? I got to be out there with kids and getting them to do the who let the dogs out and fucking dancing with kids. Man, how natural was that of a transition to deal with these children in pro wrestling that love this shit? Yeah. And I was just lucky, that I had a father who exposed me to a trade that I didn't realize was a trade.
It is, man.
It's like if your dad's a mechanic and he teaches you about cars, great.
You got a trade.
I didn't realize what my dad was doing when I'm sitting there hitting play for the fucking intros for the bridal party. He's out there on the microphone with a whole fucking room of people. Yeah. So you learn something from there. But
you definitely
music is in my veins and it's always been there.
That's dope, man.
And my brothers, got these opportunities. So that would have never happened if I was still in the WWE. I also made a music video with my brother for my grandma who passed away. It's a PG record. It's not a record where I'm cursing.
Right.
But it's Hail Mary full of grace. Hail Mary full of grace. Might have lost my mind and never lost my faith. Hail Mary full of grace. So it's this church song. And it's me and my grandma in the music video. She passes away a few months later.
Wow.
So I knew she was dying. And my brother and I made this song and shot this video. Grace, check it out on Real One YouTube. And it's touched more people at meet and greets that I meet than so much of the things I've done in wrestling. I've tattooed lyrics on people's arms from that song that I've taken my pen and they've gotten that inked on them. And so that is so, man, that wouldn't have happened. If I was in WWE, I would have been on the road and I wouldn't have spent the last 6 months of my grandmother's life living across the street.
Spending time with her.
I live with her. I lived across the street. I went home. That's what I did. I got fired. I left my brother here in LA and I went home. I left the party. I left everything behind and I went home. And I own a music studio and a boxing gym, State of Fitness Boxing Club in New Jersey. So,
congrats.
I set my foot in the ground and it's like, if music doesn't work out next week, next year, 10 years from now, I own a music studio and I'll be making money off music forever.
And you're gonna make money forever based on your legacy in professional wrestling.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
7 years in the WWE, that's all Macho had.
You had to always be up there with merch too, because I feel like
number one for a while,
dude. I feel like
our rookie year we were number one, which is unheralded. People in their rookie year don't become the number one merchandise.
Yeah, you guys had the baby blue shirt.
Remember, man, it was two people,
cups,
two people.
Yeah,
two people's more powerful than one person.
Shout out to Cass, man.
Yeah, shout out to Cass, man. He killed it. So now he's killing it now. He's back out there, bro. But the music, man, you need to play me a motherfucking beat, bro. I need to sit here and prove my motherfucking self, bro.
I mean, we could do that if you'd like. It's up to you.
We have to. It's something.
We have to. Would you? You know what's crazy? Because obviously, I always look at you as I said, like in recent memory. I think of you. I think of Paul Heyman as like my favorite guys to just watch talk shit on the mic.
Well, it's funny. I stole from him, right? My name is Paul Heyman. My name is Enzo Amore. Bro, when you walk into a room, introduce yourself. That's pretty much, standard, right? Mm-hmm. Now, why not, right? How many people did that? Not many. I was
going to say, would you ever come back as a manager?
Never. Not in a million years. I belong in the ring. I'm a wrestler, and people didn't know, but I didn't care to show, and I still don't. I still don't. If you come to my boxing gym and you're a young wrestler like this kid Casey, I'll get in the ring with you, and I will show you takedowns, and show you wrist locks, and show you holds, and show you shoot fucking MMA and judo takedowns. That's not Enzo Amore. Enzo Amore ain't play. Bro, we have Chad Gable out there. That guy was an Olympian. Why the fuck would my character go out there and try to wrestle him?
Right.
My character's going to kick him in the nuts and fucking pull a bag over his head and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
That's who I play.
Mm-hmm. Would you ever, has there been any discussions of bringing you back to WWE or any?
I've heard things. we trended, me and Cass, in the world with these rumors. And it was funny because the blame was put on me, saying, oh, Enzo's starting rumors about himself. And it's hilarious because I found out down the line from somebody in the building that it was talked about in NXT. And probably shot down, but fucking, how would I know? I didn't start those rumors.
What about AEW?
I mean, I don't watch it, but I hear from everyone who's there that are my friends that they are having the time of their life. They love working for Tony Khan, and that the crowds are incredible, and the houses are good, and the fans are avid. So, I'm not in this situation where I need to get back out there, but I understand the value of television, what it does for you, what it does for your career, what it would do for my music, what it would do for my face, and my brand in general. I get it. And I need that for my mom and dad. Honestly, it's not even about me. Mm-hmm. It's like I got taken off a mountaintop in the worst fashion, but in reality, I never even got a phone call from police. Bro, we're talking about a tweet. I don't know what you, Amber, heard, but the shit ain't fucking real around here. This shit is fucking fugazi. It's not fucking.
It's so crazy, right? That
dude, you literally get a tweet. A tweet. Someone tweets that you do something,
and then
you get fired, but you're blasted on the internet. And then I will give the people the benefit of the doubt here. They might have said some crazy shit at the start, and I was a heel and I was a bad guy, and there were some haters. But bro, 5,000 people came to see me in Times Square the night I dropped the Phoenix music video.
Wow.
I sold out Times Square by my fucking self. I, in that moment, realized, dog, if I don't figure this out, I don't need to go back to WWE. There's 5,000 people in Times Square right now. I got to fucking figure this out, monetize it, something. So, I'm working on a podcast with EFN and Nori.
Shout out to, the Drink Champs. Yep.
So Spiff TV and the guys at Drink Champs are giving Zoe the mic, and we're going to do the realest champs.
That'd be big.
The realest champs.
I heard you on, one of the interviews I loved. I heard you on Stone Cold's podcast a few years ago. Felt like a few years ago. How long ago was that?
Man, that is the coolest dude ever. He's the guy that don't let you down. They say when you meet your
heroes, you get let down?
Yeah, dude. He exceeds all expectations.
You're like, you are exactly who I hoped you would be.
Bro, beyond it, dude. He always answered when I called him. I won't test it out anymore because I don't have anything to add. If I had some wrestling shit I needed, Stone Cold for, maybe, but man, he was so cool. I would call him on the road when I was in WWE and be like, yo, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. And he would be like, bop, bop, bop. And I would be like,
they always would say that, you hear, when you watch these wrestling documentaries, or when you're kind of a nerdy wrestling fan, you hear about the heat word that you brought up earlier, or how there's certain guys that are backstage who are locker room guys. We always hear about how the Undertaker would lead the locker room back in the day.
I think you're dealing with a whole new world, a whole new culture, and that shit is probably not as good as dead, but is a dying. Close, right? It is a dying culture. I would imagine.
You would hope.
You're talking about they policed the boys in the locker room during an era where everyone was on steroids, doing pills, drinking, doing coke. There needed policing. You needed a big ass motherfucker who's gonna rain down some hell and some terror on motherfucker. Right. Now we're getting drug tested, and it's a Fortune 500 company, and you're going out there and you're doing all these, Make-A-Wish and this, that. Yeah. You have a certain level of professionalism that is maintained in the building to begin with. If you walk through the door, and you're not gonna get through the door if you can't be that's another thing for me. It's yo, you got to know me for 7 years. I worked for the WWE, right? You know me, and I was here doing Make-A-Wish shit with kids, and you know me. Mm-hmm. So when you fire me, you make me look really fucking bad when you know that I didn't do this. You know who I am. You know I'm a good motherfucker. So that was my only gripe at that time. I wasn't bitter.
Did Triple H reach out to you at all?
And that was another thing I never heard from anybody, but I'm not fucking, bro. They got bigger fish to fry. The show goes on, man. Next day, I'm gone. The show goes on. The wheels keep turning. You're just cogging the wheel. WrestleMania is $1 billion brand. WWE is $1 billion brand. They're two separate brands. Yeah. I mean, Raw and SmackDown might be billion. I don't fucking know, but I'm just saying that thing is going to keep going no matter what. And I was lucky to be there, lucky to have my opportunity. And it's a very thin line that you walk when you get on someone else's TV show and your ego says that you're going to do this or you're not going to do that. I think you got to be a team player to be there. I don't think anybody gets on the show if they're not.
I can imagine you had, as you would say, a cup of haters. Who was?
I think that for sure I had haters, but man, people didn't say that shit.
I was gonna say, like,
People
in the
didn't bring
locker
that
room,
shit,
was there
man.
anybody who you had any sort of rivalry with, or who just?
No, I definitely had an incident or two that led to some hands being thrown, but that's just fucking comes with the territory. And if you didn't get there, then you probably didn't get on TV, and you didn't get to the top. And I've been in the main event, and it's literally come off the heels of a physical altercation backstage.
With who?
I'm not going into
Okay.
details, bro. I'm a gangster, dog. You ain't getting me to shit here and talk about that shit. I'm saying, bro, I don't talk shit about
Yeah.
people. That's not my MO. I don't have to bury anybody. I get paid to bury people. Don't get. I ain't gonna bury you unless I'm out there building towards a match and there's some money involved and we're working an angle. Because if you want me to talk shit, I'm gonna do it better than anybody in the fucking world. So why am I gonna waste my breath if it's not gonna build anything?
What for you, like, now that would you say that you're mostly focused on the music shit?
Yeah, man. I think, well, that's a lie. I mean, I have a film project that I'm working on that is real. And I just don't want to give away details, and you'll see it when it happens. And that's
then
great.
I'm assuming
I'm also in a movie called Jersey Bread that's coming out. Shout out Greg Russo and Lorenzo. Guys gave me the role. Then I'm working on a film about wrestling, a TV series.
That'd be dope.
So
you know,
that's exciting.
Yeah, I know that.
No, the music is full fucking focus. That's the reason why I'm here today. I know we got to talk about wrestling, but it's natural.
I'm also a fucking big wrestling
It's
fan.
natural, though. It happens. Anytime I sit down for an interview, I got to go back and rehash the John Cena story, and I got to tell people how it started because it's But
Hey, I'm curious because you did say that you guys had the the merch. How does that work in WWE?
bro, they made
Like, what do you
Dog.
get off of that? Like, if you have the off
So
of each T-shirt.
standard is 5%. If you're in a tag team, 2.5%. You split it. Me and Cass split 5% as the number one merchandise sellers in the WWE. We made $8 million on the certified GT shirt in a year for them. That's just that shirt. That's not including all the houses, all the places that we went to, the bookings. That's just that shirt. So
Off a
we
single
saw
shirt.
the numbers. We knew what our worth was, and at a certain point, I think towards the end, I didn't give a fuck, and I think it showed on TV, and I think it became the best shit on TV at the time. You gave me the microphone. I never was going to curse, man. I was never going to say the wrong thing, and they trusted me. How else do you get the microphone on a $1 billion branded show that's live, the only live? This ain't the Grammys or the Emmys. We ain't rewinding shit, dog. So yeah, man, I was lucky, man. You get that microphone, that's the opportunity of a lifetime to change everything.
How? Because I know that you still sell your merch, and
Yeah, man. I got some shirts on collarandelbowbrand.com and prowrestlingtees.com. You can search Enzo. But I sell my merch at live events and when I do autograph signings. I mean, that's where the money.
You do a lot of the conventions.
Oh hell yeah, brother! I'm out there with Kevin Nash and the fucking Steiner brothers and fucking
Signing shirts.
Fucking nasty boys, just a fucking real nostalgia act. Enzo out here just fucking running amok, dude, at these conventions, man. It's unreal that wrestling literally provided me a retirement plan. Like, I can
you could eat
sign
forever.
autographs off that 7-year run in the WWE forever and make enough money to pay my bills. I'm not going to be rich doing that. And some towns I'm going to run dry. I'm going to have to end up in Chillicothe, Ohio, and fucking out there in Columbus and Kentucky, but.
What's been how about this? What's been the most random place so far wrestling has taken you? Just city, venue.
I've been to China, Ecuador, Chile, Peru, Japan, New Zealand, Australia, everywhere in Germany, the UK, Wales, Ireland, Spain, Madrid, Rome.
Your passport
Singapore,
is fucking lit.
Singapore, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Italy. I've seen everything.
Did you ever do any of those?
That's what I mean, there's really not much.
How was Saudi Arabia?
I never wanted to be the guy who's in the main event. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just wanted to be the guy who could have a good time.
Get the flight, get the trip.
Get the flight, get the babe, get the hotel room, do the deal. That was it for me back then. I mean, I've grown up and you only get to do that once. And that's why I mean, like, I lived your dream.
Yeah.
Like, when I say that, I'm like, if you're a wrestling fan, you watch this, dude. I drove a motorcycle to fucking work in Florida, dog. A fucking Harley, no helmet on, had Liv Morgan on the back. Like, what the fuck? Cass was dating Carmella. We were young. We were getting drunk every fucking night, seeing the world for the first time. Everywhere you went, there was a new party. Now I'm single and I'm on the road and I'm fucking living life. Bro, you only get to be famous for the first time once. And Lord knows I did not fucking hesitate to have a good time. I couldn't believe it. It's like you go out and people are buying you beers. It's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, when I was broke, you wouldn't buy me shit. Now everybody wants to buy me a drink. Everybody wants to fucking bring me to their restaurant. Everybody wants to fucking, you know, so it was an adjustment. And I didn't have to adjust. I enjoyed it. I just didn't give a fuck. But you don't realize that you got that target on your back now. Yeah. You're the number one merchandise seller in the world of pro wrestling. You're the biggest star in pro wrestling.
Sometimes you don't realize who you are.
You're a rookie. They're treating you like a rookie. You're flying coach. You're in the back of these airplanes. You're absolutely exposed to people. You don't have security. You're going everywhere and getting bombarded by people and fans. And like, you don't want to be too big for your bridges, but the company also doesn't want to make you too big for your bridges. So they don't want to let you know that you are the star that you are, but you're out here living a risky life. I mean, you're trying to get, you know, a girl you meet at the bar. She's like, oh, you're a pro wrestler. My name's fucking Linda, right? Meanwhile, Linda's fucking husband's down the street and her name's Samantha. You know, like, how the fuck would I know?
How do you know? Yeah.
How would I know?
Well, you're in town for one night.
I live that risk every night. I'm in town for one night, dog. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know? Like, fucking living.
How are the WWE groupies? Because there are some.
Oh, they're beat, bro. You'd have to be. I'm not getting into this. Look, can I have a girl now? All right, I'm not trying.
I don't even mean that. I just mean like the. That's fair.
What? You know why?
I just mean in terms of like.
Oh, they're fucking awesome, man.
What about on the music side? What is coming soon, man?
Some of them have less brain cells than teeth, and others have less teeth than they have brain cells.
See, that's what I was asking.
There is some of that going on. If you want a gumdrop, there's definitely some ladies out there willing to fucking give you a gummy. But I mean, man, it's, you know, it's more about like the social game, right? Once you surpass, you know, 1 million followers or something, like you kind of made it in the outside of the realm of wrestling. Right. Now you're an influencer too.
You're both.
New world.
Yeah. What about
and I was the first guinea pig to get shit canned with 1 million followers and had to be like, bro, what? Like,
what happened?
How do we monetize this? Like, how do I make money? Like, what do I do?
It's crazy, yeah, because it's crazy some of the things that like would go down that you would hear about.
Well, they don't let third party shit happen in WWE, but AEW apparently, like, this guy is giving contracts to people that are allowing them to go do other things.
So you can go work for Tony Khan, go wrestle, and then also do your own endorsement deal.
Do your own endorsement deal. Go be in a movie. Go fucking that's kind of crazy, you know. But it's a great opportunity for people to really, really, really reinvent the way money's made in this business right now. And he's kind of fucking really shaking. But you know what? At the end of the day, he can shake the cage all he wants, bro. The cage is still going to be there. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, Vince is not going nowhere.
Dude, WWE's a brand, and it's good for life.
And it's publicly traded. And hey, we got to stop the interview real quick to tell you about our family, our good folks at Odd Socks. You see me, look. These are them Odd Socks basics on my skinny white fucking legs. I love Odd Socks. Go to oddsocksofficial.com. You're going to get 20% off at checkout if you use the promo code BootlegKev. That's one word, BootlegKev. Now, they got Odd Socks, which are great. My favorites are the basics. They also, you know, you got the licensed one. These are the Twizzlers. These are Baywatch socks. But then you got the basics. Now, these are what these are. Just the plain boys, man. They're so comfy, all right? I always got the white basics, the black basics on, and I always got Odd Socks underwear on, too. They got the draws, all right? So what are you doing? Go to oddsocksofficial.com. Use the promo code BootlegKev. Save 20% off. Check out these fucking draws. Kool-Aid underwear, ladies and gentlemen. What are we doing? Oddsocksofficial.com. BootlegKev is the promo code. Save 20% off right now. Let's get back to the interview. I was surprised to see Cody Rhodes go back.
Dude, I saw a picture on Twitter today of his pec that he tore. Bruise. The bruise. I thought that, I was like, dude, I thought it was somebody put Triple H's body on Cody's head on Triple H's body.
Because he also looks
when Triple H
I remember that. Yeah.
I thought that's what that was. I didn't realize that actually happened. So I don't know. You can fill me in. Like, what happened?
My son was telling me about the match because he watched it yesterday. It was a Hell in a Cell match. I guess he had a torn pec and still did the whole match and then won. Seth Rollins came out in a dusty get up with the polka dots and
bro, if I could wrestle two people in the world for a money angle, like the most money angles that are out there, it would have to be Cody and Roman. Like who better to, but to me, Cody, I never really got to know him, which the way it just worked. Like I was in NXT, he was in WWE, he left, and like we just didn't have a run in. But I worked with Dusty, and I got to know Dustin pretty well. But the work that Cody's put in,
crazy,
the matches, like
matches
it's crazy because I don't watch wrestling, right? But I went out of my way to watch Goldust versus Cody Rhodes, and dude, bro, they locked up like 6-7 times at the beginning, and I was so happy. I was so elated. You don't see guys do the old school lock up.
Yeah, not no more.
Now it's like lock up once, all right, now go behind.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, dude. Remember back in the day, they
That's
used to
all
lock
they would
up
do,
about,
and then they would.
yeah, and why did they lock up? Because that was when they were talking to each other, because back in the day, they didn't talk in the back for 20 minutes about what they're going to do. They figured it out while they were out there. So when they're locking up, there's communication sometimes, I think that he kind of brought wrestling back to an old school style of match where it fit well when I guess, AEW has like, look at Young Bucks do the craziest shit, right? And some guys like Jim Cornette, old school guys will be like, oh, that's fucking wrong. It's bullshit. And I'm like, yo, if the crowd's going nuts,
Then it's right.
then it's right. I don't care if it doesn't make sense, if they're fucking going nuts. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. But I can be nitpicking, and I can always sit there and be like, oh, that was stupid. That was bullshit. That sucked. Oh, that should have been here or whatever. But Cody, dude, the pacing, the slow, I feel like I'm watching NWA in 1988.
He did such a great job of leaving and then going over to like New Japan and just bouncing around, and then it just kind of all came to a perfect head when AEW launched, and he was
man, it was timing, like we talked about.
Timing
is everything, man.
Randomly,
right place, right time.
I moved to LA in 2016, end of 2016. The place I rent, I go to look at the place. Brandy Rhodes answers the door, and I'm like, me and my wife, I'm like, hey. I was like, maybe that's not her. Okay, then we walk in. And there's fucking like the Dusty Rhodes fucking boot on top of the entertainment center. And I'm just like, you're Brandy Rhodes?
No way. That's wild.
And I'm like, I've interviewed your husband a bunch, like at WrestleMania. I would always do the radio rooms and shit. She's like, oh, yeah. So I ended up renting their old house and living in it for 5 years.
No way.
Yeah, because like I moved to LA and they.
That's where you lived in Tampa.
No, here in LA.
In LA, they had a spot.
Yes,
I didn't know Cody lived out here. I thought he lived in Florida.
He had a place in Burbank, and they moved to Atlanta because remember they were shooting that reality show.
Dude, Atlanta is just wrestling.
So they ended up moving to Atlanta.
Like people just live in Atlanta that like. Because of the airport,
Yeah,
so
and it's crazy because like I would still get their fucking mail and have to send it off to them and shit. But yeah, it was so random like that. I ended up living for 5 years.
Open up one of them fucking AEW paychecks, brother.
No, I didn't get any of that shit. But no, it's super random, man. So what are you doing music wise? What's next for you?
So I got a couple tracks that I just released. Hip hop, Real One, REAL number one, not the word. And I got Cinematic Universe. And M and J, as if Eminem and Jay-Z, Renegade. So it's a play on those that song Renegade in the
great record chorus. On the Blueprint.
Man, that record kind of changed my life when I was a kid. I remember I was a sophomore playing varsity football, and I was riding around with the seniors. Going to the games on Friday night lights. We were playing on Saturday. You're out there like looking for a fight. The other teams are all going to like the Friday night game, and I was in the car and they played Renegade. It just came out. And they had that shit bumping in the car. We were on our way. I felt like a badass, a young kid, like with the older seniors, going to look for a fight. And I just remember it never got better.
Meaning just rap music.
Rap music. I just like, I'm here now. Like that was it.
Yeah.
I remember that moment and it never got better.
Never had another one of those.
Never got better. I mean, I've had a few of those, but nothing better, man. Because Renegade was fucking unbelievable. And two guys that influenced me so much. And a lot of, the persona, man, the yellow hair, right? Eminem and shit. And talking shit on the mic. And, 8 Mile, the movie. And Jay-Z I went to college because of Jay-Z. Listen to his music. open up businesses. Mm-hmm. I put money aside. I had business plans. I looked at my circle and said, no, not you.
Right.
Yeah, you. It's like he was giving game the whole time he was cutting records, and I loved that. And I love hip hop, and I owe a lot to
They get
it.
the fucking Wu-Tang logo on your body.
Yeah, man. You know what's cool about that? Man, I'll remember, so I'm at Rolling Loud. My little brother's shooting it. He's on stage. He's filming Travis Scott. Travis Scott's going out, and everybody wants me to stick around for Travis, but they're playing at the same time as Wu-Tang. And I was like, fuck Travis Scott. No offense. I'm going to watch Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
And not that I don't like Travis.
Yeah.
Great music, but I like Wu-Tang better.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I got everybody mad at me for this, right? And I remember being so pissed off, you know, and like it just had a shitty day at Rolling Loud. I was like, fuck this place. So, you know, it was just like a fucking Backstage was just a shit show. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Rolling Loud Backstage is a fucking
shit show.
Shit show of a place.
Shit show. And I was just like, I'm fucking over this.
For sure. It's terrible.
All I wanted to do was see Wu-Tang, and I had
Yeah.
to wait this whole fucking day for this. So now everybody's trying to drag me to Travis. I'm like, nah. So I go see Wu-Tang, and I'm on side stage, and I'm standing there, and I'm watching them fucking like 20 feet away, and I'm rapping along. I'm just loving it. I've never met Wu-Tang. I hear Wu-Tang likes wrestling, but I've always heard that, but I don't know, you know? And in all my years, I've met motherfucking dude, Jerry Seinfeld, gotten to know Dave Chappelle, gotten to know Jeff Ross, some great comedians,
Love
gotten
Jeff
to know
Ross,
some
yeah.
actors, The Weeknd, and you know, met Drake, and like I met some motherfuckers, right? Bro, nothing was like this. I was speechless, and it's hard to get me speechless. It's hard to get me at a loss for words. But as they're getting off stage, I'm like, oh, damn, I'd love to meet one of the guys from Wu-Tang, just any one of them. I don't give a fuck rolls by, Raekwon or fucking Meth, whatever.
Right.
And all of a sudden, Meth looks up and goes, yo, Enzo. And I was like, he came up to me, asked me for a picture, and you could see in the picture on my phone, I have tears in my eyes. I was so like, I made it. That was like my I made it moment.
Fucking
like
Method Man.
It could have been anybody. It could have been anybody else. Dog, no, this was like my I made it moment.
Right.
I was like, dog, Method Man knows who I am. Like fucking Wu-Tang. I have their tattoo here. Like fucking Meth knows me. So that was cool. But I usually never get shook or rattled by anyone. I think it was just the climax of a fuck you day that just finally came.
It made it all worth it. You went through this day for this moment.
Yes, and that's what like welled up tears in my eyes. It's like it was all worth being here at this shit show.
Yeah, Rolling Loud is a fun day, but it's a long day, and it's
Yeah, it was hot out, dude. I was wearing pants.
Was it out here?
Fuck. No, it was in Queens.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was a nightmare.
Shout out to Jersey, man. So you got the gym, you got the studio.
Yeah, man. So I own a music studio, Cinderella Man Studios in North Bergen, New Jersey, 73rd Street and Bergen Line. If you are an artist and you are hungry and you want beats and you want production and you need guitars, you need pianos, you need fucking drums, I have everything in-house. Beautiful studio. Yeah. So
Have you thought about launching your own weed strain now that it's kind of legal out there in New York?
Yes, absolutely. I want to start selling grams like I used to when I was in fucking high school. Call them certified G's.
I like it.
Are we what? Selling grams, 0.8s, kid. All right, 0.8.
They're gonna make you put them in eighth bags. Though.
I was busting down to 0.7, 0.8 back. You know what I mean? I was fucking a scumbag. Yeah. And that's another thing, right? Like, man, my story's so crazy.
Right.
Because, like, I was in the mix with the wrong crowd growing up.
Right.
And some of them, most of my friends are dead. All from drugs.
Overdosing?
Overdosing. Every one of them.
Like more recently over the fentanyl shit? Or
Yeah, definitely lost a few friends over the past few years. Like that were really close. So imagine if I grew up with like 15 kids in a circle, there's about 6 of us left.
Wow.
No bullshit.
Mostly all
Most
drugs.
people don't, like I know a lot of people, and most people didn't see as many deaths as I saw amongst their circle with drugs.
Was that kind of like your town, like where you're from?
Man. Yeah. The Jersey, right outside New York City. You got access to anything you want. And we were in and out of alleys and smoking pot and kids were doing blow and shit.
Yeah.
Like I was smart enough to not want to do that. But the best thing that ever happened to me growing up was I was on probation for high school. So imagine I have to piss test. So now I can't do drugs.
You can't do anything, yeah.
And that kept me in football and kept me in college because of football. So like, if it wasn't for that piss test, I probably would have been fucking up with my buddies. But I didn't have a choice because I got into fist fights and I was on probation. I had to go to anger management shit.
Oh, anger management sucks.
I've been there. Incredible. Shout out my man Sal Petrusa. I haven't said your name in a long time. We used to fucking smoke pot right after we got pissed.
Let me ask you this. You do anger management. You're sitting around and you're in a room full of people who like beat the shit out of their
You
wife.
take that last piss test and you smoke that fucking blunt right outside.
I never had to do the piss test.
Right outside of Bergen One Plaza, motherfucker. Bergen One Plaza. Anybody who's a fucking G knows what Bergen One Plaza is. When you're a juvie and you're in some trouble, that's where you go.
Yeah, when I was 18, I had to do like court.
I was bad. Yeah, I was bad kid.
Court,
my parents didn't deserve it, and I tried to just
anger management.
And
I would just sit every Saturday. I would just sit around these motherfuckers like, damn.
Everybody just in a competition of being quiet.
I'm just like, who am I sitting with? Like one guy would be like, this is like, obviously he's fucking been in and out of prison his whole life. Probably beat the shit out of his wife, and I'm just sitting next to him.
Oh yeah, wait, how old were you? You were in with adults and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, you were 18.
No, I was 18, yeah.
Oh, so you had to go with adults and shit.
Yeah, all because I fucking broke a chair at my house.
Oh, damn.
It was criminal damage.
What?
Yeah, criminal damage. You can't break your own shit. You didn't know that? They hit you with that criminal damage.
Nah, you want to hear a good story though? Well, out here in WWE, we got some people skinny dipping in the pool late night, 2 a.m. We're fucked up.
Florida?
Drinking in NXT. And we're all drunk. And I know the girl and the guys that are in the pool naked. I'm not in the pool.
These are wrestlers?
Yeah, wrestlers. A couple wrestlers. Couple ladies. So, whatever. I'm not getting into details.
Nice tits?
I wasn't looking.
Okay.
So, here's what happens. They're in the pool. And the security I spy is calling the police. And he is fiddling with the gate. So the security's rolling up on him. And I pull up on him. I'm like, yo. And he's like, yo, do you know these people? I'm like, nah, man, I don't know. He's like, oh, they're trespassing. I called the police. I'm like, oh, really? Oh, shit. Who is it? And I fucking get behind the guy, ring positioning, and I just launch him into the fucking pool, bro. He flies. Fucking phone goes flying in the air. Fucking flashlight goes up in the air. Hits the water like a cat in and out, dog. Drenched head to toe in his full fucking security outfit, right? He's a little Spanish guy. Yeah. He's real skinny, and he's just got the clothes sticking to him, right? And he gets up, and he runs, and he gets out of the pool and goes to chase me. And as I'm running away, he just slips like 3-4 times because he's so.
This is an apartment complex?
Apartment complex. He's soaking fucking wet. So Big Cass goes downstairs because he hears Enzo just got into a fight, or he's got the cops called on him or something. And Cass is like, no, like, this is my career, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you guys are tied to each other.
Yeah. So he's like, he runs downstairs and all of a sudden he hears, freeze. So he puts his hands up. Cass is like, oh my God. He turns around. He doesn't have his glasses on. And he realizes like the guy's coming up to him is the security guard. It's not the cops. And he's like, why the fuck am I, why did you tell me to freeze? He's like, there's a perpetrator. He's like, what do you mean? He goes, he's throwing people in the pool, right? And Cass is like, wait a second. He threw you in the pool? Bro, I pay to live here. You're supposed to protect me, bro. Like, fuck you. So then I ended up moving in with Cass into that apartment. I would walk by that guy all the time, and he would just look at me. I had to buy him a new cell phone because they watched the footage back, but they didn't know who it was. But yeah, that was a good one.
You guys still close, you and Cass?
You throw a stranger in a pool, bro, in a security guard outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's nothing like getting thrown in a pool.
Oh. Bro, there's things I did as a kid, you know, that just, there's no bigger, better adrenaline rush than doing something terribly wrong and running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you're just sprinting away from the police as a kid because you threw eggs at a car or something.
Your time in Your time in Orlando, did you ever end up at Mike Busey's house?
Never made it to the Sausage Castle.
I've been a few times.
I love Mike Busey. He could never pull me there. I almost went there the first time I met Post Malone.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Shout out my man Posty, bro. He was definitely all up in the fucking.
He was
Sausage
up in there.
Castle.
Yeah, the Sausage Castle.
I had a girl, bro. I was always caught up with a girl every time the Sausage Castle came around, and I knew better. Like,
it was a wild place, man.
It's a good time, I hear from people, man. My brother went there.
I bet he did. Yeah, it was very much like the Juggalo version of the Playboy Mansion. It was like...
It's a legend. He has the WrestleMania 3 ring in his backyard.
Yeah, I didn't
know. That is the Andre the Giant
I didn't know
Hulk
that.
Hogan ring.
I didn't know that Mike got that. I just know that Mike...
built a tent around
I just know every Veterans Day, he has this one old white lady.
Incredible.
Have you heard about this?
I know all about it.
He's just got this old white lady, Jenny Jizz.
Jenny Jizz.
And she's posted up at the Sausage Castle and it's open season for any veterans that come to Mike Busey's house, and she serves them orally.
She's a good American.
And her husband films it.
Good American.
She's a great American.
She's a great American. Don't ever discount Jenny Jizz.
She and her husband, Mike, her husband just sits there and watches.
Oh, he's a cuck.
He's something.
Oh, he's a cuck.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Florida's a wild place, man. You spent a lot of time there.
Fuck. Ugh.
Would you ever move back to Florida?
Yeah. Why not?
You're in Jersey right now?
Yeah, I'm in Jersey, man. I spend some time out here in LA too. Get out here pretty often. Have a brother that lives here with a room, so have a best friend. Shout out my man Sugar Free Rich. All you people who need fucking fat-free meals out here in LA, like guys like fucking Pacino.
They call him Sugar Free Rich because there's no sugar in his food?
No sugar in his food.
So if you're keto, you might want to go to Sugar Free Rich.
At Sugar Free Rich, man.
Are you keto?
He's serving Bieber salmon. If the salmon's good enough for Bieber, it's good enough for you.
Oh, so he's serving... Okay.
He's serving them up, dog.
Nice.
Serving them up. It's my homie.
How in shape do you stay to this day?
Dog, when I was in the WWE, I did not work out, man. I just went out and drank. And in my wrestling matches is where I got my cardio.
Do you do a lot more now?
Dude, it's funny because like people are like, oh, he's Enzo, like, you know, he's small.
Right.
Well, I'm like, bro, like, yeah, because I didn't need to be big. You guys clearly liked me the way I was when I came out. And Cass is 7 foot tall and big. So
he's big for the both of you.
I didn't feel the pressure, dog. I didn't.
Yeah, he was big enough for the both of you.
I also was like, yo, dude, like, this shit ain't like, it's you can't, dude, it doesn't matter how much you bench press, doesn't matter how much you fucking squat, doesn't matter how many MMA fights you have, it doesn't matter. This shit is pro wrestling. So I was like, yo, I played an athlete in real life when I played college football. I don't have to be an athlete here.
Yeah.
And I'm bigger than the chatter, bigger than the people who say that I don't know what I'm doing. Bro, get in the ring with me. Listen to these people. You've never heard them this loud. You've never gotten them to this point, you fucking idiot.
Right. Well, listen, man. I hope you make a return to WWE one day.
But before I do, you're gonna play me on a fucking beat, man.
Okay, we're gonna get a beat going.
We need a beat, man.
Throw the fucking Triumph on. We got some headphones for you.
Oh, we gotta put the headphones on for it too.
Yeah, come on, man. We gotta make sure you're
official, like a referee with a whistle, man.
There it is.
I really do this now. I really do this, and I hope I don't fuck up.
Let's go. We got
that beat going.
We got
man.
Enzo in here.
Play.
Real one.
People think this shit ain't real, man.
Okay.
The music's real, baby.
The real one is here.
Real one. IG. Check out the music. Streaming on all platforms. About to crush this bitch. Lot of people out of buying, I ain't fucking selling. In my mind, wrestling a place of dwelling, I ain't into dwelling. We could talk about the future, talk about the present. Plenty subject matter I would like to delve in. Like the nation, immigration, housing crisis and recession. Education, kids ain't getting, adolescents, automatic weapons and depression. Suicide prevention, overpopulation and corrections. Policies overseas, CBD, how it's helping epileptics. Transgression, pill epidemic. Big money, big business, big pharma, bad karma. Synchronized message, subliminal. Here's your visual, or listen up and let the radio tell it. Yeah. Molly Percocet, Molly Percocet, Molly Percocet, Molly Percocet. Futures in your head, might as well manifest it in yourself. Make the ultimate investment, say a prayer. If you believe in resurrection, you believe in Christ and you believe in Armageddon. But if he talked on beats and Jesus walks in yeast, could you accept it or reject it? I'll make believers out of skeptics. I'ma pull B-Rabbit out of Ye's MAGA hat live on fucking Gretchen. We should go on Joe Rogan. I could talk hallucinogenics. Call Steve, shoot the breeze, 316 hours, not seconds. Hop on CNN tonight, shed the limelight on Don Lemon. I could post up on the couch, I could dance around with Ellen. I could smoke a fucking ounce with Action Bronson at the session. Like, fuck, that's delicious. Yeah, my crutches are Dutch. My vice is 5-star chefing. The only time you see me sweating. My shirt, I bet I did it, shredded like some fucking Subway lettuce. Bunny Ranch ain't no fucking house dressing. I'm in my birthday suit, you looking at the naked truth like, how you doing? Yeah, that's a statement, not a question. Roseman's baby, immaculate conception. Born to break the rules, ain't no immaculate reception. I ain't getting caught, this is shit that can't be taught. I ain't never paid attention, I still owe that bitch some money. And she ain't gon' get it, cause she still fucking love me. Roseman's baby. And Rose ain't raised no dummy. Nah, she raised the rent. Off I went. Heaven bound, hell sent, immaculate conception. How you doing? That's a statement, not a question. I'm EA all day, I'm open 24/7. I ain't open to suggestions. I peep my mentions. What we got over here? 6ix9ine and Treyway, a couple motherfucking felons. I don't rep a set, never got an F. I'm with 50 sipping effing. I don't need no cosign, I ain't asking for protection. If you talk about Amore, you can fucking get it. If we talking about Amore, bitch, I fucking get it. I'm my own man, got my own brand, built it with the microphone tatted on my hand. Irish and Italian, hot head, he can turn to flames any motherfucking second. Y'all already know, Mount St. Zoe's about to blow. Like Mount St. Helens, I got New York life insurance, I got 5 borough credit. Raps, Chris Apps, they try and give me a charge, I Euro step it. Money bag, wedding band, you ain't invited to the wedding. Stranger things on the mic, on a scale from 1 to 10, my bitch is certified 11. Off the charts, I'm on the charts, you're on the stairway to heaven. You should probably get to step in, little Zeppelin. I can handle you, follow real one and you getting led. I'm a Smith & Wesson and my words are fucking weapons. Load a cock and aim it, pop your fucking melon. Class in session. Hands down on the man, so I ain't taking fucking questions. I ain't teaching what I'm preaching, but I'm up here like a reverend, up here screaming, up here yelling, up here dreaming, up here sweating with a 3-piece suit, speaking true. Ray Lewis like the Hall of Fame inception. Ain't no echoes on my team if my wind's low. That ain't Hurricane Kellen, this the calm before the storm. Rosemary's Baby, immaculate conception.
Okay. How you doing?
How you fucking doing? Don't ever tell me I ain't fucking rapping. Don't ever tell me I ain't the gold rap. I'll put that shit on my Willy Wonka right now and fuck you in the ass.
Goddamn, man. Appreciate your time, brother. I'm a fan.
Check out the new music.
Check out the new music, and I hope to see you like on TV again soon.
Man, I hope the world gets to see the talent that has been fucking hidden in the realm of the.
Are you
the
and Cass
social
still,
media?
You and Cass still friends?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Just all I'm saying, bro, is look it. Shit ain't easy. Shit ain't easy. Getting on TV. My man Big Cass is back on TV. And people that don't know, my man tried to take his own life.
I didn't know that.
He was heavy into the substance, alcohol. And alcohol's the devil. So I just want to give a shout out to Big Cass real quick for getting back on his fucking feet and back on TV, because I remember when it was just a dream to be on TV for me and him.
Yeah.
And things get jaded and you lose, but man, take yourself back to that moment where you got on TV for that first time. Well, Cass, you made it back. So I'm happy for Big Cass. So keep your eyes peeled for him on AEW. Support me, Major League Wrestling. I'm doing some work with MLW.
Dope.
Shout out Court Bauer. Those guys are great. Shout out Spiff TV and Nori and EFN, the Realest Champs podcast coming soon. We're going to rock out and, make sure you check out the music. Cinematic Universe, M&J. God is good. I cut a fucking trap God record like Yeezy, man. And fucking telling you it's good. G.I.G. God is good.
There it is, my guy. Enzo Amore. Or Enzo, or a real one, or,
Whatever. You can call me anything. Call me champ. Just don't call me late for dinner. We'll be all right.